life. I moved her out of the bad side of town into our new home. I cleaned her up. And let me tell you, Gomer was beautiful. She had a gleam in her eye. Her hair was shiny as silk. Her skin was soft. And her touch was oh so tender. After a while, things got better with the neighbors. They weren't talking as much as before. And the children, they were happy. I had a family that I could come home to, that I brought presents for on special occasions. Things were going so well. When I would come home after a long day, my wife and my children, they would be waiting for me, and dinner would be on the table. But best of all, I love being with Gomer. I love talking to her. I love listening to her. I love holding her in my arms. Well, but then one day, I came home after a long day of preaching. And when I got home, it was unusually quiet. And there was no sign of the children, so I thought maybe they're with the neighbors. So I went next door and I knocked. And as soon as Abigail came to the door, I noticed my children playing in the background. But I didn't see Gomer. So I asked, "Where's Gomer?" And Abigail said, "She came by a few hours ago with the children. And she asked if I could watch them for a little while, and that she would be right back." Did she say where she was going, I asked. No. At that point, I began to worry. And then Abigail said, "I don't mean to think the worst, but a few weeks ago, I noticed a man who was new in town coming by your house, and I saw them both talking. And then one day, I saw that man leaving your house. And Hosea, I think that you should know that when Gomer left, after dropping off the children, she had on a garment that she used to wear before you were married." My heart sunk. I didn't want to believe it at first. But then I learned of other things that confirmed to me that my wife had ran off on me and left me for someone else. I was angry. But at the same time, my heart was broken. I was devastated. The people tried to comfort me by saying that they would find her and have her stoned. And according to the law, I knew that that would be just. So I tried to keep a prophet's composure. But at night, at night I would weep. And I would cry out to God, "Oh God, why did you allow this to happen?" And after much time had gone by, I wondered if she would ever come home. Months later, when I was in bed, the Lord spoke to me again. And he said,
Hosea, the lover that Gomer ran off with is now her slave master. I want you to go after her and buy her back and love her again, just like I love the children of Israel who look to other gods.
That morning, I learned that the man that Gomer ran off with was now her slave master. He got tired of her. And I further learned that very afternoon she would go on the auction block in the center of a town a few miles away. A sense of urgency came over me, and I gathered all the money that I had, and with great haste I traveled to that town, praying as I went that God would allow me to get there before Gomer would become someone else's property. When I arrived at the center of that town, I noticed the men, a number of them, already gathered around the auction block. And Gomer was there. And the bidding had already begun. I listened as the vile men around her tried to buy her. And when the bidding reached its high, which happened to be all that I had, I raised my hand in desperation, and moments later, I heard the auctioneer shout, "Sold!" I bought her back. She belonged to me again. I successfully redeemed her to myself. The crowd began to disperse as I drew near to the one who I had given all that I had for.